wake up. Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up.
Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you and good morning to everyone, everywhere. What a wonderful Wednesday it truly is indeed, because we live in a wonderful world filled with all things bright and beautiful. And so today, as you open your eyes and you make your first move, just spend just a moment to say, thank you, God, because yet another opportunity to celebrate and to praise Him and to do good to your fellow man as well. So welcome to Morning Barbados, everyone. I'm Pearson Bowen. Good having you company. It's Wednesday, the 14th of January, 2026. To those of you watching on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, good morning to all of you. Wonderful Wednesday morning greetings extended to one and to all. And of course, share the show, share the love, bring others along to enjoy what we do Monday to Friday from 6 in the morning. And as usual, if you know of something or someone, you have a tip, an idea, something you think we need to talk about on Morning Barbados, get excited about it, to tell us about it, and to send us an email. The email address is on your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Thank you for doing so. I shall not go any further other than simply to say to my lifetime friend, Michelle Trotman, happy birthday to you today. Yeah, we've waited for so long for this month, right, haven't we? And we've waited for today. She kicks it off for us who were born in Hope Road, St. Lucie. When we were born in that particular year, in this particular month, she started a trilogy of those of us who cascaded down in birthdays. And so, Michelle, well done. Congratulations to you today as you mark another milestone. Happy birthday to you indeed, and continue being the fantastic woman that you truly are to yourself, your children, and your family and your church. Keep your faith strong, Michelle. Enjoy your birthday today. Today also, for Orthodox Christians around the world, they start their new year. That's according to the Julian calendar. And when I saw that, I thought, wait, hold on, Julian, my brother? No, he didn't start the calendar, but Orthodox Christians around the world are marking today as New Year's Day, January the 14th. And so with a very small community still in Barbados, but very active community of Orthodox Christians, we are saying to you, Happy New Year in the ways that you celebrate New Year's indeed. So to all of you, good morning indeed and welcome to a brand new year, Orthodox Christians. To us, other Barbadians, we are marking today just as the 14th of January, another day to praise God. And so, I have a question of the day for you today. You know this is what we do, right? So get ready to think about it. Perhaps your response could come by way of your writing on our social media pages on Facebook or YouTube. And also, I'd love to hear your voice to give your opinion on our call numbers, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Look at your screen. The question of today is, what do you think is the biggest barrier preventing you from prioritizing your health on a daily basis? What do you think that barrier is preventing you from prioritizing your own personal health on a daily basis? Could it be time constraints? Are you so busy that you don't take time to look at your own personal health every single day? Or do you only look at it when you get a headache or feel tired and fatigued? What is it that prevents you from being able to do so every single day, prioritizing your health? Is it stress or just mental overload? You're doing so many things, so many other things are impacting your ability to be able to think clearly. Is that part of the problem? Is it a cost of healthy choices? Is that presenting you with a problem? Is it just lack of information? You just don't know. And sometimes not knowing causes us to do other things and not take priority or place priority where priority needs to be placed. Is that it for you? Or is it just a lack of motivation? What is it for you? Call me right now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think those are? What is it, the biggest barrier preventing you from prioritizing your health on a daily basis? It's a simple question. Let's make it simple. 228-5562 or 228-5563. And giving your answer, I'd like to hear a little bit more about your rationale in thinking the way you do. Pat Ben, good morning to you as always. You're up bright and early. She says good morning to the crew and to you too. Pat, we say morning. Slender Glenda, she says good morning to all of my beautiful viewers. We say from our end, back to you, Slender. You're absolutely beautiful as well. Wonderful Wednesday morning greeting to you too. Kieran Olivier says good morning to everyone around the world. She wants us all to be safe today on this wonderful Wednesday. Part of that safety is taking care of your personal health. What is it that is preventing you from making that a personal priority every single day? What is it? Vereen Walker, good morning to you as well. She says, good morning, Mornin Barbados team. We wish you a wonderful Wednesday too. We send blessings your way as well. Bajan Rock, watching online on our YouTube page. Bajan Rock, good morning. Enjoy your day as well. And be safe yourself. So have a good one. Because at some point in time this morning, we'll be looking at how we manage ourselves naturally during this, what we call the flu season. What are you doing? What can you do? Rhonda, good morning, sweet Rons. Have yourself a terrific for today as well. She says, she asks of you, really, how are your steps going? And you know, Rhonda prioritizes her own personal health every single day. She gets up and she goes for walks. She jogs. She keeps active. She dances. She involves herself in so many measures of movement. So what do you think is that barrier, that big barrier preventing you from giving your health the priority it deserves every single day? Could it be time? Could it be stress and all the other pressures that you have? Is it a cost to be able to maintain a good, healthy diet and a good, healthy disposition? Is it the lack of information you just don't know? Or is it simply a lack of motivation? A lot of us tend to do it by herd. We tend to want to be able to talk and to go around with others as well as we do so. And sometimes when we don't have a friend, we don't do it. Guilty as charged. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Morning, Pearson.
How do you do today?
I am fine, thank you.
Oh, that's good to hear. You're very welcome indeed. Is this Sonia?
Yes, please.
All right, Sonia, where are you watching from?
I am watching from St. Michael.
Sonia in St. Michael. Okay, Sonia, do you think there's a barrier preventing you from prioritizing your health every single day?
Yes.
What is that barrier?
Mental stress and mental.
You have that stress and mental overload?
Yes, please.
What's causing this stress and mental overload? Do you have any idea?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to share?
When some person impose on your personal life.
Okay. It sounds personal. I don't want to go much further than that. So
Yes.
whatever it is, you know, what are you doing about it? Because you can do something about it.
When someone thinks it is mental, when it's not mental. When it's stress,
Okay.
but not mental.
So someone is
As people
defining,
will put it.
yeah, someone is defining what you're going through and saying that you girl, something
Yes.
like it wrong in your head, but all the while
Yes.
you know that it's quite not this wrong in your head. It's just other conditions around you that's causing this to happen.
Correct.
I got you.
Correct.
I got you. But there is something that you can do about it, Sonia. I don't want you to tell me, but I want you today to stop for just a moment before the day is done. Think about what you can do or who you can reach out to help you through this process as well. So that every day your mental health is one that you can truly enjoy. But I thank you for calling, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Sonia, thank you too as well.
God
She was
bless.
honest, and I like that. The honesty. There's a song that goes at Joel. What's his name again? Billy Joel. Honesty. He has a song called Honesty. It is such a lonely world. Everyone is so untrue. He goes with the song. And so that's good for you, Sonia. Thank you so much for being honest indeed in your response. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What else are you guys thinking? What could it possibly be? Is it time that prevents you from being, or lack of time that prevents you from being able to make your health a priority every day? Is it stress, as Sonia just shared? Is it the cost to be able to do so? Is it a lack of information you just don't know? Or are you not simply motivated? That could be it too. Be blunt and be honest. I don't mind. And coming up today, we are also celebrating with some organizations in Barbados who are marking some milestones. The Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority marks 5 years. We want to know the journey thus far and what are the plans as they celebrate this year. Also, the Barbados Fair Trading Commission is marking 25 years, a quarter of a century. And so we'll be celebrating with those organizations this morning a little bit more about what they are up to. Blooms and everything beautiful. We'll be talking in just a little while about the upcoming Barbados Flower and Garden Show and the open houses that they're doing by the Barbados Horticultural Society. You need to know. And so because you need to know, we have them with us to tell you more about it today. Who doesn't express road rage at some point in time? Lisa. I know she's watching. So Lisa, yes, I understand how you feel. But the roads at times can be dangerous, but they can also be quite stressful. And so we want to look at that when we're joined by members of the Barbados Road Safety Association. Time constraints for Damian Jones is his biggest barrier. He believes it's the same from a lot of people, just not having the time. But if you wake up early, you can actually get some walking and some exercise done. You know, you can actually begin to change simple little things. You know, we're told oftentimes you get up and you drink a little bit of warm water or drink water first. That's not my habit, I'll tell you the truth. I get up and drink tea first. Those kinds of things happen. But what is it for you? Kieran says for her, it's numbers 3 and 5, the cost of healthy choices and the lack of motivation. Thanks for being honest, but you can do something about that, Kieran. Thank you for being so equally honest indeed. So, also today, we want to be able to talk to a man who is a naturopath. He believes he can help us manage the flu season. What is on his mind? What are some of the suggestions that he has? We'll talk to him a little bit more about that in just a little while. And BIM got a lot of talent, and so they're having a youth sing-off really, really soon. We want to hear from them about that as well. So lots of things to look forward to this morning with me right here on Morning Barbados. But continue thinking about this question. What do you think is the biggest barrier you have in preventing you from prioritizing your health on a daily basis? And as you think about it, comment in our social media or call. I'll interrupt myself and talk to you as well if you choose to do so. So that's all right. Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Already we're 13 and a half minutes into our moment of time, you and me together. And so there's a call, I'm told, on the line who wants to respond to our question of the day about what's preventing them from making their health every day their priority. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, how do you... Hi, who's calling?
Robert.
Robert. And Robert, where are you watching from?
Christchurch.
Robert of Christchurch. What do you think it is your barrier that prevents you from prioritizing your health every day?
Lack of information.
Lack of information?
Yeah.
Robert, just give me some idea. What decade are you? 50s, 60s, 30s, 40s? What are you? In your...
80s.
You're in your 80s. So in your 80s, you don't believe that you have enough information yet to be able to help you understand...
I say wrong.
Pardon me?
40s, 40s.
I'm lost. I'm not sure what Robert is saying.
40s, 40s, yeah.
Robert, I'm a little unclear as to what you're saying. I would really love to be able to help you here. But if lack of information is what it is, perhaps you need to talk a little bit close, have a closer relationship with your daughter because I'd hope that your doctor is able to guide you through what it is that you now need in your 80s to be able to help you live and make your life better through health, by health, indeed. So make it a priority. Perhaps that is the priority you need to have. To give your doctor a call today and say, hey, doc, I'm having this, I'm experiencing that. What do you think I can do? Or even with my limited mobility, what can I still do, doctor, to be able to achieve all and optimum health? All right, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, the good Lord made them all. And then he placed Jennifer Weech and Denise Mojumi Rogers to administer it here for the Barbados Horticultural Society. Ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
Jenny's is the president, and Denise, you're just a member of the
Committee
organization.
member.
Committee member. All right. All things bright and beautiful. The bloomings of the Barbados Horticultural Society. And we all know it so well as Barbadians because we see the phenomenal work you do at the Chelsea Flower Show. And also at our own annual home and garden show.
Yes. Well, the BHS has been around a long time. This is our 98th year.
Whoa.
You know, so we're looking forward for 2 more years to celebrate the 100. And this flower show has been going for, well, I've been involved with BHS for about 30 years, and it's been going even before that. And I think people look forward to it, and we hope that it's the beginning of the season. You know, like in the UK, you have Chelsea Flower Show is the beginning of the season. Well, our show is the beginning of the season. Then you have your Gold Cup and you have different things. So a lot of people come out, a lot of vendors. I mean, the minute we say we're having a show, the vendors are there to sell their beautiful plants, pottery, jewelry, whatever. So we look forward to it, and I hope the public, general public, will look forward to it.
Of course, Beijers are excited and ready to go. So buy ticket?
No, you just pay at the door.
Just pay at the door?
Yes.
When is it and where is it?
It's the 24th and 25th of this month, January. Starts at 10 to 5 o'clock.
Okay.
2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
And at the usual location?
At the usual location, Balls Plantation.
Ample parking, I must tell you that.
Yes,
Ample,
lots of
real parking. I just love, as I go by at times, to see the line of traffic just trying to get into
Yes.
to the
Well, this is
venue
great
as
to
well.
hear.
Anticipated
Every
every year.
What's different this year? Is there anything different in terms of the approach, Denise?
Well, it's always different because there are always new exhibitors, and there's always an array of different plants, shrubs, and it's going to be very exciting because when you see the variety of plants and shrubs, and then you see the floral artistry designs and the cactus, there's so many varieties of cactus and succulents, and of course the bonsai. The displays are just out of this world. You're just walking, and it's so stunning. You just want to be there, and you're looking at everything. So it's always different. There's always something different to see.
A lot of times people come to see the orchids, but it's more than the orchids alone.
There's orchids
Spectacular.
As well. Orchid Society joins the show as well. So, I mean, it's something for everyone.
Yes.
Something there for everyone.
If the president of Barbados can always make their way over, then you can too, folks.
Yes, the
So
president of
make your way.
Barbados will be there. He's confirmed he will be there. So we're looking forward very much to welcoming him. We've had Dame Sandra for the last whatever years,
Yes.
5-6 years. And we're looking forward to welcoming him. Yes, definitely.
As we are looking forward to welcoming all of you, it opens at 10 o'clock
10 o'clock.
each day.
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday, the 24th and 25th of January,
Yeah.
at Balls Plantation.
Yeah.
Ample parking, food and drinks on sale. All those
Definitely
kinds of
lovely
things.
teas
Right.
and food, yes.
And lots of vendors as well.
Yeah.
Vendors, different, lots of information about gardening, lots of information about sustainability in gardening. And then we have vendors with, lots of different plants and flowers. And people come especially for that as well.
We also get a lot of tourists
Yes,
at this
Yes.
time of year, and they love it,
Yes,
They
yes.
sit and they have their teas, especially the British ones, and can't get them to move.
Move on. But and that's good. So for all of you hoteliers, full well there's an activity coming up that you can have your guests attend indeed on the 24th and 25th. You can market it. Tell them about it and let them come up in bus loads, because
Yeah.
Barbados is ready to show to the whole world
Yeah.
the beauty of our blooms. And so there are other organizations, not just the Orchid Society, who will be there, right?
Oh, the Flower Arranging Society, the Orchid Society, the Bonsai, the Cacti and Succulents. So there are 4 affiliated clubs that come and join us and
Right.
help promote the show and help make the show wonderful.
So we anticipate a bumper harvest of all things bright and beautiful.
Yes.
Are there any challenges at all in terms of the weather that might have in some way, yeah, I see your reaction.
Well, let us hope that we'd have a sunny day.
Yes.
I remember one year it rained up to the Friday, and then on the Saturday and Sunday we had lovely days, so somebody was looking after us.
See? God made them all.
And it's not only about flowers and plants, it's also about vegetables and fruit.
Yes.
Because, you know, there's a wide variety of fruit and vegetables. And sometimes you come to the flower show and you see some very unusual vegetables and fruits that you've never seen before,
Wow.
you know, and then you're able to get information about how to grow these fruits and vegetables. And, you know, people are a lot more into gardening.
Yes.
And sometimes people have small spaces, and, you know, we are able to share information and educate people about how to, you know, have a small space and do, you know, container gardening and all of these things. So you get a wealth of information when you come to the annual Flower and Garden Show.
I say this is not simply an adult show. This is a family opportunity.
Yes,
Of course,
definitely,
yes.
yes.
And so
Very much.
children are encouraged to come, right?
Yes, they can come, of course. I mean, we don't usually get a lot of kids, but we would love to have them, yeah.
And it's an opportunity for parents to bring their children
And
so that
teach
children can, from small, you know, get an appreciation of how important gardening and you know, the horticulture is. Because, you know, I never knew the importance of bees
Yes.
to
Pollinating.
Yeah.
pollinating, because without bees we can't eat.
Yes, yes.
You know, we can't enjoy beautiful flowers. So it's important for parents to bring their children so that they can get an appreciation of these things.
Yeah, to heighten our consciousness of just all
Of
that
course.
it takes in that ecosystem.
That's right.
And then you have the beautiful outputs known as your blooms that you'll display indeed.
Yes.
So this is the 24th and 25th of January, folks, at Balls Plantation, 10 o'clock each morning. It opens, but it is there all, you can spend the whole day because there are lots of varieties. If you look at yourself on the screen yourself, you'll see you'll immerse yourself into stunning plants and floral displays, innovative floral artistry, delicious local cuisines, afternoon tea and refreshing drinks. We encourage you to support the vendors of plants, fruits, vegetables and local craft. And also it's featuring as we told you, the Barbados Association of Floral Artists, the Barbados Cactus and Succulent Society, the Barbados Orchid Society and the Bonsai Barbados. It is there and it's happening just for all of us. And that's only one element of what the Barbados Horticultural Society does in the year. So I know you also do the open gardens.
Yes.
So when is that happening?
The first one is on the 18th, this coming Sunday.
Oh, what a lovely date.
Yeah.
Dare I say?
Your birthday?
Yes. So that's a treat to hint to somebody. So on Sunday coming,
Yeah.
you're having one. Where is that one?
This
That
is going to be at Professor Landis's house in St. John. She has opened it before, but every time you go, there's something different, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And there again, we'll have teas on sale.
Right, right.
And
Wow.
then the next one.
The next one is on the 8th of February, and that will be in Long Bay, St. Philip. And then on the 15th of February at Jenny's Garden in
Yeah.
Upton.
Just up the road.
St.
Just the road from us here.
Yes, beautiful gardens, all of them.
What a wonderful Valentine's opportunity.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, hint,
sure.
hint,
Okay,
Valentine's theme.
okay.
And so these open gardens are all on your socials, so we can see the dates and times and so
Yes,
forth and the
yes.
locations.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, and your socials are what?
Our website is www.horticulturebarbados.com, and we're on Facebook and Instagram at Barbados Horticultural Society.
All right, look at your screen, folks. That's on the website. You'll see the upcoming events. The 18th is Open Garden Endcrest. The 24th and the 25th, the annual flower and garden shows. On the 8th of February, the one we just told you about, Windblown Open Garden and Flamboyant Garden right there at Jenny's Place on the 15th. And so that will be populated as time goes by. So as the years go and as the year goes, you will begin to see where else you can come explore the open gardens, because these horticulturalists are saying, I've done it. I want you to come see what I've done.
Yes.
And then out of that, you can see whether she might give you a cutting. You never know. Right, Jenny?
Yeah, you might.
You
be able
very
to get
well
a plant or two.
And that's what this experience is when you go to the open gardens. You see for yourself what's possible, how they can put plants next to each other to make a difference, and how one feeds off of the other. Because sometimes, if you're like me, you'll mess it up. So just
dear.
go to the open. You'll mess it up. Go to the open gardens and see what's possible and how you can pair things together to have a more beautiful, big bloom indeed. And so, There's a lot happening in the Barbados Horticultural Society. Just stay tuned and you'll follow. But on the 24th and 25th, we want you to come to Ball's Plantation, 10 o'clock each day. Spend the day. You can come each day. Don't think I went on the Saturday, so I shouldn't go on the Sunday. You can go each day. Take your time and explore all that is on offer. It's the annual Flower and Garden Show at Ball's Plantation. Children under 12 are absolutely free. Those of you who are fully paid up members of the Barbados Horticultural Society, you too are free. But to all of us, we pay $20, which is a very small figure, I think, to experience all that the Horticultural Society has been able to do, and their affiliate societies as well. So we got to turn up, folks. We should turn up in large.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome, Jennifer Reach. And Denise as well. We wish you all the best with the upcoming activities.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
Pearson.
You're welcome.
All the best to you too.
Thank you. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 27 minutes after 6 o'clock here on Morning Barbados. This wonderful Wednesday, and there are wonderful things happening on our island. I hope as you wake up today, Wednesday, you look and see the wonderful things that are happening and not be bogged down by the other things that are happening. Just focus on the wonderful things and it makes your day so much lighter and brighter and meaningful and purposeful and all of those other things that can flow therefrom. But take time also to say thank you to God for your achievements thus far, for giving you yet another opportunity to share, to minister to Him and to minister to others as well. And so make that your priority today, not just your health alone, but your spiritual health is important too. Speaking of celebrating today, there's an organization in Barbados. When I called the number, it took me by surprise because it felt as if it was just yesterday that they were opened. This is the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority, who are marking this year 5 years of existence. That's a significant milestone, enough to have them with me. And so Acting CEO Shanika Roberts-Odell is with me. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you on behalf of my team.
You're welcome. Let's reflect for just a moment. The reason the licensing authority exists and some of the achievements you've achieved over those years.
Absolutely. The Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority exists in order to allow Barbadians to be involved in the industry in terms of the growth and the processing of medicinal cannabis. But really and truly, it was established to allow Barbadians to benefit from what we now understand to be the scientific reality that medicinal cannabis can offer a lot of medical benefits to individuals suffering from a variety of diseases, particularly in Barbados, where we have a high incidence of cancer and all of the continuing issues that people face in that particular area. I do believe it has been of a significant benefit.
I know you've had to spend time fighting the notion until you get to a point where people are educated, because it's about education. In ignorance, we think one way, but in educated thinking, then we react and respond in a different way. Are you happy with the level of education thus far?
Not quite. And our intent for this year is we're going to be pushing on a significant educational bent. I always tell people, if you told somebody something is horrible for 50 years, you can't snap a finger and they understand. And 5 years have gone by, and we've had to do a lot of hand holding. We've had to do a lot of the section of Barbadians who believe that you need to dash away the weed, and the section of Barbadians that believe we need to free up the weed. We have to hold everyone's hand and understand that there is a path forward for Barbados together. Everyone's not going to be happy, but we have to find a path that secures and helps Barbadians who need it, but also protects the wider society.
And so along that journey of education, I know you've had associations with other partners abroad, doctors, other medical scientists who help to sharpen the focus on what's positive and possible from the industry. Talk to me a little bit about what you've been doing in that regard.
We've been able to put on a number of educational pathways. We have done a lot of educational work with the medical community here in Barbados. That has been significant. We've also been able to do a lot of work with pharmacists and with nurses. We've held our Beige Can medical conference, and we were able to bring in individuals internationally but also from the region to be able to walk people through. A lot of persons think the use of cannabis in terms of medicals just started. This is something that goes significantly back. Even if you go back to Egyptian times, you will find that there are still some texts in which you can see that they would have been using medicinal cannabis. So we have really focused on education. We have focused on bringing people together and finding the pathway through what we needed to do. And Barbados is still a very conservative society, and we still have a significantly more structured and very monitored program when it comes to medicinal cannabis. And so we have really been happy to be able to open up that. We're hoping to be able to do even more work with the NCSA. We have a very close relationship because we too believe that Barbadians should not overabuse, and that anyone under the age of 18 should not be involved in cannabis in any kind of way, shape or form, except through a very strict medical situation if the doctor determines that is necessary. And so that is where we're at. We still find that there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding in the wider community. And so there are a few points, if you don't mind, I just want to hit. One, the smoking of medicinal cannabis is illegal. Please don't do it. Cannabis, in terms of the 3 sections we like to think about, sacramental cannabis is legal. That is to be done through the Attorney General's office. We don't deal with that. Medicinal cannabis is legal with prescription from your doctor and dispensed by the pharmacist, and recreational use of cannabis is illegal. Please see the police.
And so, with all the licensing you've been doing, I know at least there are 2 organizations that have been licensed.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. How did it get to that point, and who are they?
Well, they are in Worthing. There is Island Therapeutics, and in Sheraton Mall there is Island Naturals. It got to that point because what we have is you go ahead, you go through all of our documentation we provide on the internet, put through your application. It takes about 4 months to do the relevant background checks and fully investigate individuals. You get your license, and we go through that process of helping them setting up their particular locations. Now, both of these are what we call therapeutic facilities, but they also have farms. So we have really made progress in the industry. You know, it was a policy that most people were very skeptical about. It's not going to work. Faced a lot of issues in terms of the banking sector and the financing. But I'm really, really proud and really, really happy that my team and I have been able to work this well to get at least 2 farms and 2 therapeutic facilities open. And they really serve 2 different sections of the market. There's an indoor grow, and there is an outdoor grow. Now, the facility in Sheraton, they serve mostly indoor grow. That's the only product that they cultivate. The one in Worthing, their farm is an outdoor grow segment. The one in Worthing only delivers flower, but they're evolving. Their pharmacists, you know, pharmacists can compound. Yes. So their pharmacy also is compounding various creams and oils that can be dispensed, but also as they evolve, they have other kinds of products, all grown locally or made locally, that persons can take part of. And that is really important and where we want the industry to continue to progress. Sheraton is a little bit different. As I said, they're completely indoor grow, but also they have creams, oils, and tinctures. Now, these would have been some that come in from overseas while they're setting up to get to the point where they can locally produce.
You mentioned financing and banking as part of the challenges. Have you overcome those challenges, or how far along the way are you working towards overcoming those challenges?
Some things in life are a bit above me, and that particular one is above me. The reality is this is nothing new for the cannabis industry, medicinal and or otherwise. This is things that people have faced way back to California in the States. So the reality is that slowly but surely it is my hope that we get to the point where our banks are a bit more bolder and a bit more willing to assist us in investing in the future of Barbadians in this particular instance. But I also understand their concerns. They're all U.S. correspondent banks, and because it's not illegal on a federal level in the U.S., even though each individual state has its own rules and engages how it will, that federal issue presents a problem for us in Barbados, as it does in many other areas in the international relations. My background is in international trade policy. We have to understand that while we may be mighty and punch above our weight, we still 166 square miles in the grand scheme of things. And so we also have to understand how internationally things work and how that limits us. But I've been really proud that Barbados, be we small, be we conservative, we have continued to chart a path forward in this particular industry, despite the naysayers. And everybody's not going to be happy. And there's still a whole lot more that needs to be done in order to truly bring about this. I want to see some legislative reform as we continue on. And I understand that we've been trying to be conservative so that we get the full understanding and the delicate balance that is a society. And we want to be able to do things like nutraceuticals, hopefully, as legislation progresses, and to go into other forms of treatment to give Barbadians the full opportunity, those on hospice and those kinds of things. But we're hopeful.
You're having a number of activities as part of this celebration of the 5th year of existence as the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis License, it's a lot, Licensing Authority. What are you doing as part of your celebrations?
Well, we're here. We will be on various radio stations over the next period of time. But one really important, January 23rd, we're having an open day. People always think of cannabis in these dark alleys and dark rooms and, But what we want people to do is, as long as you're over the age of 18, come into the facility at Worthing, come into the facility at Sheraton. We will be there. My team will be at both facilities, and have a look around. See what the therapeutic facilities look like. Ask questions. There's a doctor on site at the one in Sheraton, and there are pharmacists at both sites. Ask questions, look, see, talk. Notice that it's going to be an open air. It is bright, it is airy, it is not something on a street corner, because in this particular instance, what you're getting is prescribed by a doctor, dispensed by a pharmacist, monitored, so that you have a better understanding. And at least we know that when you get medicinal cannabis, it's just cannabis. It's not cannabis and heroin, it's not cannabis and cocaine. And a lot of the times when you're buying in dark corners, you don't know what is the plus that is in what you're getting. And so we're trying to encourage people to understand the difference, and that you have to put yourself in situations in which you might be a little bit better off than you would have been. And so we try to encourage persons in that context to, if you have a medical issue, see a medical doctor. And that's really important. People wonder, well, why, if I've been using it for all this time, I don't see it. You need a medical doctor because cannabis, while it is a medical drug, is still a drug that has the potential for interactions. And like many other drugs that we get from our doctor, metformin, there's a potential for interactions. And sometimes your system just isn't meant to intake it. And like you're allergic to a million other things, including milk. You may be allergic to cannabis, and sometimes that is what causes a very bad reaction.
So on the 23rd, Friday, the 23rd of January, both locations, people are free to visit.
Indeed.
And from what time to what time?
So Sheraton, you can come in from
they open at 9 generally.
Yes, but you can come into the facility that is Island Naturals from about 10 o'clock. And for Island Therapeutics, you can come in from about 12. So come on in, speak with my officers, and for those who are interested in coming into the industry, it's a great opportunity for you to see what a facility looks like before you have to start trying to map that out yourself. It's a great opportunity to speak with a doctor or speak with a pharmacist who might be able to tell you, based on your medical history, this may or may not be a good option for you.
But it's a chain. And there are people who are along the way who are thinking, but I can enter at a different level as well, whether it is I have land that would allow for outdoor growth or so. And so they can contact the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority.
Indeed. So you can contact us via our myriad of socials. We're on Instagram. We have a YouTube page. We're also on Facebook still. I think we have a Twitter. So you can feel free to contact us that way. Or you can call our office. It's 421-4141. Or you can email us. We also have a website. That's www.bmcla.bb. We try to provide a whole heap of information and allow people to do that. We also have a customer liaison officer. Hi, Valencia. And she is always a breath of fresh air, willing to have conversations about any and everything to do with the medicinal cannabis industry. And you're right, there are lots of various aspects at which persons can get into the industry. And I want people to just think beyond perhaps, oh, I need, this huge amounts of money. In some cases, that's true. There is a cost to doing business. But in other cases, there are other ways that you can get into the industry and pool together with your friends and try something different. Or you may, in fact, decide you want to do security rather than being formally in the industry. Or you may be a doctor who wants to pair yourself with one of the facilities to kind of direct your patients that you know are in need that way. There are many different aspects, and we want to encourage everyone to have a conversation with us. You never know what you might find out.
That conversation can begin online, by telephone, or by showing up to the open house as well. We shared with you, while Shanika was talking, some details about what's on the website and how you can actually begin that conversation with the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority. Look at your screen. That's the website to which you're going. If you see that, then you're in the right place. And you get a sense of the investment options. You get a sense of many different ways how you can be part of the ecosystem of the Barbados medicinal cannabis industry. And so ignorance no longer is an excuse. Get to know. There's an opportunity to be enlightened on the 23rd of January at both locations at Sheraton Mall and in Worthing, where 2 licensees are already in operation, and you get a sense by interacting with the officers of the licensing authority. This is the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority, not the motor vehicle one. And so you get a greater understanding of what's involved. But show up. Let's not continue burying our heads in the sand when the light of day is now available to all of us indeed. And so you have a magazine. We do. Tell me.
Beige Can magazines. We've had 2 issues so far. The 3rd will be out this year, and we try to focus each time on telling a story and focusing on some aspects of the industry. We've done cultivation, we've done manufacturing. We're going to continue to focus on various aspects of the industry. We're working with SJPI to bring out educational bents in terms of cultivating for medical purposes, because there is a difference, and we're working on various other aspects so we can bring more education and more opportunity to Barbadians.
Simple Simon met the pieman today, and so that's what it is, folks. So you see, 5 years in, there are success stories.
Indeed.
5 years in, there are some milestones that can be celebrated, and so we're looking forward to the next 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and thereafter, because Bajans benefit in a significant way through applications of topical issues and so forth that the pharmacist can dispense, or by you being involved in a very active way in the industry as well. So either end, there's success, there's a win-win there.
Indeed.
Thank you so very much, Shanika.
It's been a pleasure.
You're very welcome. Shanika Roberts-Odell, who is the acting CEO of the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority, with us this morning as they mark their 5th anniversary. Morning Barbados comes back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Skuld is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Skuld, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 to 7 o'clock, we thought it worthy and worthwhile and timely to have a conversation on road safety. The point is that we're trying to make sense of what y'all are doing, what we call nonsense on the roads indeed. And so the Barbados Road Safety Association is happy to be with us this morning. We're happy to have them too. We have Roland Lowe, who is the president, and Erskine Camerbatch, who is the public relations officer of the Barbados Road Safety Association. Gentlemen, there's a lot of nonsense on our streets. I'm sure you see this and you hear this all the time.
Daily.
Erskine, you talk about it a lot.
Daily.
Every single day, almost moment by moment. Yeah. What concerns you most, Roland?
Good morning, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados. What concerns me the most, I believe, would be the mindset of a lot of the drivers or road users that we see on the road today. I think that persons don't take into consideration the responsibility that driving entails or using the road entails. And the responsibility, as I often say, is tiered. It's a hierarchical system. The persons at the bottom, in terms of the pedestrians and cyclists, those are the persons who are most vulnerable. Then you have persons who are in the bigger vehicles, like, these big trucks, as we call them sometimes, and the container trucks, and the bigger vehicles. Those persons, the higher tier, the hierarchy system, but they also have to be more responsible in terms of who they look out for, who are below them in the system. So that's what is the most troubling or concerning thing, that persons are not taking into consideration the great responsibility that comes with using the road.
Do you hold that same point of view, Erskine, that that's perhaps the paramount concern?
Yeah, kind of, but I do believe that it is, all of us now seem to be in a hurry. And we are not thinking of the other persons and putting ourselves in that person's shoes. We want to get where we want to go, forgetting whoever else is using the road. So the mindset is far different from how it was before. We are not looking out for each other anymore. I ain't care about you, you're going where you're going. That's it.
Mindset, we need a mindset change.
Yeah.
But there are rules to the road.
Yes, there are.
There are rules to everything in life, and so there are rules to the road. As a trainer, Erskine, is training a problem, first of all, or the lack thereof?
It is not the training. It is after you have been trained, you go into bad habits. Take, for instance, there's some drivers, when you see them on the road, especially a certain class of vehicles, they don't want to pinpoint any particular class, but mainly public service vehicle. I believe that when they get into that atmosphere, they eat something known as let me do nonsense.
Will you sell that? Just kidding. Go ahead.
So therefore, if they do nonsense, they believe it takes them where they want to go at a faster rate. And they're not thinking about the other persons who are out there on the road wants to get where they want to go. So the driving side is not the problem, because you've got to be able to pass the driver's test as classified under the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act 1981-40. And it tells you the quality that you must produce in order to pass that test. And if you maintain that, then you will not get this problem. But we come out of it, training, got the license, and then
do as you please.
Yeah.
Free. Who trains a trainer in this instance? A teacher goes to Earlston Teachers Training College, and it has constant upgrades in their teaching and their learning. Is it the same thing for trainers?
Yes, because The last person I brought in was Margaret Stacey, who's a driver instructor trainer out of England, and she did a fantastic job. Even Junior Jordan could tell you that he had brought in some person to assist us that activity. Ours at the gymnasium, we had a whole heap of people, even police, we had firemen, we had people from different areas, and they were trained by people that have the ability to do it properly, and they train us, and we try to pass on that on to the learners, because everybody must be trained. And even now in the Barbados Driving Schools Association, we still train drivers. We bring them in, do small courses, have a chat room where we discuss things, and we follow the law. It is only after these persons get their license they tend to create some bad habits. And I think it's policing. We need to police ourselves.
Point taken. Point taken. Trainers, police yourselves as well.
Yeah.
Does the Road Safety Association have any teeth at all to really make a difference what's happening on the roads?
Well, in terms of the Road Safety Association having teeth, so to speak, our membership, we're still in the process of rebuilding our membership and revitalizing the Road Safety Association. But what I believe is that persons, before I came on the show, someone was saying, but we need you guys, we need you. And that's the sentiment that I'm getting from the society at large, is that persons need the Road Safety Association to be there and to speak to the issues that we're having, and to also offer solutions to the issues that we're seeing as well. But in order to do that, I will say the word, we need funding. We need funding. It's money. Money answers all things. That's what it says in the Bible. Money answers all things. We need funding, and we need support not only of the government, but of the private sector and of all the different stakeholders over there. And we need the support of every single person in Barbados, because road safety is not just an issue for the Road Safety Association. Road safety concerns each and every one of us.
If you had all the money you want, what would you do with it?
Well, I have a number of ideas. I have an idea the association has an idea for a very comprehensive media campaign. We want to start with we're going to do social media campaigns, tips on social media, on radio, on the TV. And also I have an idea for a big social media and video campaign relative to an advertisement covering road safety in terms of from the pedestrian side, the cyclist side, and the motorist side. So we have the ideas, we have lots of solutions in mind, but we need the funding to put those things in place and have them there for the public to consume.
Education. Basically, education. And I was going to say, with all the education in the world, people are still doing nonsense. You license their education, and then they figure, hey, I'm now in my own realm to do as I please.
Well, that's what I think that we need. Well, when I was studying sociology, what we talked about was this microwave society or microwave mindset. So persons have this thing where they need to be constantly reminded. So then we need the funding so that we can have that constant push, that consistency in the messaging. So in terms of even the billboards on the streets, so persons will see a message such as, well, slow down, think about your speed, and have that in their mind and on their head on a consistent basis.
Erskine, road signage. Yeah, you smile. Because I'm road markings. I've seen some of your videos where you talk about some of the issues that you see on the road.
Yeah, I do that because what I do believe is that you're talking about road markings. Every driver, even if he doesn't see a mark, if he doesn't see a sign, this tells you, your eyes tell you, and therefore you must have an idea of where you should and should not go. Because there's some roads, and you have to be cognizant of the fact that every road is not going to be properly marked. You've got common sense. You can see the junction, you can see the lights, you can see the lanes. Make sure you indicate. Indicator and rearview mirrors is important, even if you don't see a mark on the ground. And if you see the road markings, comply with them. Some people say, man, it shouldn't be. But if you comply with every road sign and marks on the ground, you can't go wrong. And the thing I believe is that because a fella doesn't see a mark, he feels he has the right to do anything. I'll give you a perfect example. When you come across from there, Neaterby roundabout, and you're going towards Welch's, the road there needs marking. Yes, we know it. But you know, the first lane is to take up the hill. Some people go in the first lane because they don't see the arrow and still want to go straight because there's a line wanting to get in. Right. So he wants to bore. Then when you ask him about it, then the marks. This is the atmosphere that we're in. But and I think policing We got to police ourselves. There are not enough police officers out there and traffic wardens to do it, so we can police ourselves. And nowadays, when you tell a guy you do wrong or you should have done this, he want to curse you, which is wrong. We got to cooperate in order to get where we're going. Otherwise, it's going to take us much longer.
When you look at the kinds of accidents we're seeing today,
foolish accidents.
Based on what?
Telephone use. Cell phone, being inattentive. That phone is a big distraction. Think, all of us look back. Remember where you, at some time before the last month, you were driving and your phone rang and you missed the road that you were to turn onto. You understand? This cellular phone is one of our biggest distractions right now. And that is where we're having it. And not only that, I am boring. Hold back. Ease back and let the other guy go ahead. If he think he's right, but don't get into an aggressive mood and then you get an accident, you're going to be there for hours. Then what's going to happen? Insurance, loss of use, time spent. You could have been at work at 8 o'clock. Now you get to work at 10. Tell the boss, well, I get an accident. Little accident could have been avoided. And I think if we would use our discretion, even if you are right, there's an old saying, remember, cut your nose to spoil your features? Yeah. Do that. Ease back. Let them go ahead. Don't get into any arguments. Because it causes frustration. You get that. Leave home early. I'll give you an example. I live in town. So I'm going to work at 8:30 every morning for the past 10 years. I'm going to St. Philip now. I live in St. Philip. I built a house in St. Philip. I'm leaving home at 8 o'clock to get to work for 8:30. It can't work. I know got to leave at 7. Leave home early. I had to come here this morning, get here for 5:30. You've got to move early. Give yourself room and time that your body is relaxed.
Yes.
Simple. That's all it is.
I agree with you completely. But as you keep saying, Roland, the road is used not just by vehicle operators, but by pedestrians as well. Those pedestrians include children.
Yes.
Let's talk about the responsibility you think that parents and guardians need to have, not just the teachers, in teaching good road usage by our children.
Well, I think that it is incumbent on parents to teach their children, parents and guardians to teach their children about proper and safe road practices. I always use my daughter as an example because she's something else, so to speak. Well, because from the time she was able to travel in the vehicle and not use a booster seat or such, she would always have her seatbelt on. So I would say to her, listen, what do you have to do when you get in the car? First thing, let's put in the seatbelt. No, I don't have to say that to her anymore because the training was there. The instruction, then the training. And those are two different things. You teach or you instruct, and then you train in terms of consistently reminding the child of what they're supposed to do. In terms of children who are traveling on the roads and who have to walk to go to school, then you have to teach your child how to use the road properly. Yes, you will expect that the drivers will look out for the children, but you also have to teach your children to look out for themselves. Teach them how to cross the road properly, how to use the road properly, how not to. And one of the biggest things that I've seen concerns from the teachers at certain primary schools as well is that children are playing on the road sometimes. So they walk in the streets and they're playing. Excuse me. So we don't want to see that. You want to teach your child that when you're on the road is someplace, is a means to an end, and it's a place that you have to be responsible. So teach your children responsibility, teach them how to use the road safely, and that way we can see the reduction in any accidents involving our young children.
But there's also responsibility on the driver, Skin, because we know children are children. We see a ball and we know what could happen.
Yeah.
What should the driver do?
Anytime you see a ball, you should slow down. And one of the important things is that we as drivers don't use our rearview mirrors a lot. So when you're going to slow down, make sure you consult your rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And there's something that bothers me with pedestrians and crossing and the road drivers. Stop putting on hazard lights. I saw it yesterday, day before morning, on St. Stephen's Hill. The guy put on his hazard light because the lady on the left wanted to cross. There's no crossing. There's a lady that wants to cross the road. The guy overtook and he braked and slid because he saw the hazard lights and he thought the guy pulling off or stopping or breaking down, and he pulled off. I always suggest to people, if you're going to allow someone to cross the road where there's no pedestrian crossing, because once there's a crossing, you should be prepared for it. But where there's no crossing, you're going to let granny or whoever cross the road, put on your right indicator. If you do that, I would not overtake you because I believe you're turning right or you're going to the right side of the road. But the moment you put on that indicator, that hazard, like people believe something wrong with him, I gone. And then there's an accident. And you, the pedestrian, even if someone stops for you to cross the road, please take your time and look left and right before you make that cross. But some people just dash across. And I think we, the pedestrians, need to be more cognizant of what's going on. And we, the drivers, look for that guy who's on the sidewalk walking, because what's happening, sometimes the sidewalk finish. What is he going to do? Step in the road. He's not studying who's behind him. We as drivers got to be more careful. We have to keep your eyes out. And everything is aggressive movement now. Everybody in fast movement code, be very careful. Caution. Caution.
There's so much more to talk about here on as relates to road usage and safety on our roads. We only touched the surface. We even talk about the bright lights. And all those other blinded. Don't ever start. Don't start. But all of those things happen indeed. And so it clearly is an invitation to you.
Yeah.
And you talk to my producer, of course. And we will see whether or not we can have, because we need to talk a little bit more about some other things or hazards on our roads that we as a people need to be mindful of.
Yes,
thank you for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Roland Lowe, who is the president of the Barbados Road Safety Association, their public relations officer, Erskine Cumberbatch, trainer, well-known personality indeed. And so we wish you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados comes back with the news and more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
A look at the news now. The head of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, is dismissing allegations that the police involved in last year's AgriFest have not been paid. However, he admits that some farmers are owed outstanding prize monies following their successful participation in the annual agricultural exhibition. Anesta Henry has that story.
It is one of the most anticipated exhibitions in Barbados, annually attracting thousands into Queen's Park to view the many agricultural exhibits. Now, almost 1 year after AgriFest 2025, several farmers who participated are claiming they have not received their prize monies. It is a claim which Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, now admits that some are still owed to the tune of $75,000. He says the payment is late as the BAS, which produces the agricultural exhibition at a cost of more than $800,000, continues to face challenges paying its AgriFest-related bills annually due to limited sponsorship.
But what we try to do is to make sure that we're going to pay those before AgriFest, as I said before. And not all, because there's one in particular which he has been very patient, I must say, okay. But we will hope as we manage it efficiently going into the next year, that we'll be able to pay off everybody properly. Because we've tried as much as possible to hold our expenses together, okay, so that we can actually, be able to carry the event in the longer term.
Mr. Paul says the allegations that BAS has outstanding payments for the Barbados Police Service is not true.
As I said before, whoever started that lie, they are an insane liar. The security forces, we always make sure we pay them.
And on the eve of AgriFest 2026, Mr. Paul is appealing for more sponsors to get on board with the execution of the national event, which he says is increasingly becoming a more expensive undertaking. He says despite the rising operational expenses, all efforts are being made to avoid an increase in the entrance fee for patrons.
And I really want to thank Pinnacle Feeds, who, out of all these sponsors, actually provide, I believe, over $40,000 in value to AgriFest. Next comes the government. They provide $40,000, and plus, and they also help out in other areas. So, and AgriFest cost us for those 3 days there over $800,000.
AgriFest 2026 will be held at Queen's Park from February 27th to March 1st. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Government says relief is on the way for Barbadians who have waited for years for affordable housing. Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, Christopher Gibbs, speaking in Parliament yesterday, says legal corrections are now clearing the path for low-income families to receive homes as early as the end of this month. Here's a report from Deanza Roberts.
Minister of Housing Chris Gibbs says more housing solutions are coming, but first, an error made in a land-related resolution that was passed in Parliament 3 years ago has to be corrected.
In 2022, Parliament approved Resolution number 1722 to support vesting for housing development. It was passed by the House on July 19th, 2022. The Senate on August 10th, 2022, assented on August the 15th and published on August the 18th, 2022. Mr. Speaker, regrettably, after publication, errors were detected.
It's for that reason the resolution is being rescinded via a new resolution currently before the lower house. These 7,000 square meters of land in question is located in Sergeant's Village, Christchurch, and is earmarked for housing development. Minister Gibbs says it will now be formally vested in the National Housing Corporation.
Barbadians cannot wait any longer for affordable housing. By employing this strategy, we will ensure that Barbadians can own a piece of the rock and that we can accelerate our programs. This particular site was identified as exceptionally suitable for low-income housing.
The development includes 8 duplex units already near completion, with plans for 4 additional single-family homes accommodating 20 low-income families. The minister stresses that the project is designed specifically for working Barbadians who earn modest wages.
We're talking about Barbadians who are looking for a house below $150,000, below $200,000. We're talking about gas station attendants. We're talking about those Barbadians that have been frustrated by the process.
If approved, the homes are expected to be handed over by the end of January, marking what the minister describes as a concrete step towards closing the country's housing gap. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Ralph Thorne has questioned the government's handling of the new housing resolution, demanding accountability for what he described as serious past errors within the Ministry of Housing. He seized on what he described as a confession from the Minister of Housing. He referenced the minister's admission that the National Housing Corporation was inadvertently omitted from a previous resolution and pressed the government to explain who benefited from that omission.
Now, if you have a confession that the NHC was inadvertently omitted, we, the people of Barbados, want to know, together with the omission by inadvertent, so claimed, of the National Housing Corporation, who was the party whose name was inserted on the original resolution.
Well, a major youth arts initiative is set to take center stage later this month, with organizers calling on Barbadians to support music education and youth development. The Youth Sing-Off finale and fundraiser will be held on the 20th of January, with proceeds going towards strengthening music programs in schools. We get more now in a report from Deanza Roberts.
Music and the arts are being positioned as powerful tools for youth development and nation building, as organizers officially launch a Youth Sing-Off finale and fundraiser. The event, which takes place on January 20th at Cricket Legends, is aimed at raising funds to support under-resourced school music programs. Speaking at the news conference, organizers stressed that the initiative goes beyond entertainment, focusing instead on education, discipline, confidence and opportunity. Randy Eastman is one of the organizers.
The Youth Sing-Off finale and fundraiser exists for a clear and urgent purpose: to directly support school music programs across Barbados. In many of our schools, music education is under-resourced, often treated as an extracurricular activity or rather luxury, rather than a developmental necessity. Research consistently shows that music education strengthens cognitive ability, improves academic performance, builds discipline, enhances emotional intelligence, and fosters teamwork.
Funds raised will be directed towards providing musical instruments, instructional resources, mentorship and performance opportunities for young people across Barbados. Founder of the platform, Kevin Watson, says the initiative started out as a simple online competition.
Game Got Talent was just 6 years ago was supposed to be a competition that my nephew and his friends was doing on Instagram. It wasn't the movement to be on Kustagi. It wasn't the movement to own radio shows. It wasn't the movement to go overseas to get no awards. It was just Daniko and his friends holding a competition online.
Senator Roshana Trim also highlighted the wider social impact of initiatives like this, particularly at a time when communities are searching for positive outlets for young people.
I want to say that the job that you are doing is exceptional, and we need more people like you. We need more people to give back, to make sure that the circle is unbroken, that we keep our communities safe. We know right now we are talking a lot about crime and violence in young people, the level of anger, level of impatience that we have not seen before, that many of our parents are shocked to witness. And the reality is that we have to give back to young people. I believe the children are future.
The finale will feature some of the island's most promising young performers and is being produced by Quantum Productions. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
A look at sports now. The island is set to benefit to the tune of $700,000 in revenue owing to the staging of this year's Barbados Sailing Week. The highly anticipated event was launched yesterday at the Barbados Cruising Club. A report now from Anmar Goodrich Boyce.
So far, 32 yachts are confirmed for this year's Barbados Sailing Week, which is set to be one of the biggest since the rebuilding of the event. 17 will be visiting yachts, which will race alongside 15 Barbadian boats, signaling a renewed international confidence in Barbados as a sailing destination. Speaking at the official media launch, organizer Mariana Palaka said this year the competition is set to be a major money earner for the country, generating thousands of dollars due to visitors flocking to the island from around the world.
What is particularly encouraging is the geographic diversity of visiting yachts and cruise this year. Barbados Sailing Week 2026 is attracting participation from across the Caribbean, North America and Europe. Visiting yachts are coming from the UK, Germany, Canada, United States, Antigua, Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago, alongside a strong Barbadian fleet. The largest visiting contingent is from UK, with 8 yachts and 65 sailors, supported by crews from continental Europe, North America and the wider Caribbean. This spread reinforces Barbados' renewed position as the international sailing hub, drawing sailors from multiple regions rather than relying on a single market.
Manager of sports at the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Kamal Springer, described the Barbados Sailing Week as a chance to increase visitation and enhance the sports tourism product.
We want to see this event grow even further. We see an opportunity for visitation through fans coming to watch and spectate. And the way we want to go about that is working with Marianne and her team to identify international events, trade shows, and so on, that we can go to and engage the consumer directly and promote packages to come here for it. We know it's also interesting that people can fly in and be a part of the cruise, and that's also a package you want to develop to make sure people know they can come and be a part of it in an active way and not just come and watch.
Commercial Director at Mount Gay Distilleries, Anise Jordan, said the company is committed to supporting the event.
Mount Gay remain fully aligned with the principle of sustainable regatta, including environment protection, responsible waste management, resource conservation, and community engagement, all of which we as a company practice daily in our operation.
A total of 233 sailors will compete from January 17th to January 22nd. Anmar Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well, that's a look at news. Until now, we'll have more news coming up at 12 noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One. Your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, Call Lifeline Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 90 minutes now after 7 o'clock here on Morning Barbados. As I told you, we have some organizations on the show today who are celebrating in a significant way some milestones. One such organization is the Fair Trading Commission. Who would have thought that they're there for 25 years so far? Where did the time go, you ask yourself? Because they're so relevant and still so topical in our society that we didn't mark time in the way that they marked time. 25 years of service to Barbados as a Fair Trading Commission. And we want today to be able to look at that legacy as they continue to forge the future and some of the outstanding milestones that they would have met over the way indeed. And so I'm happy to be joined this morning by the Acting Chief Executive Officer in Brian Rees. He's brought with him his Human Resource Officer in Arlene Bushell. And across from me is Jade King, who is a research officer, just relatively new to the organization. To each of you, good morning and congratulations on the anniversary.
Thank you. Morning. Thank you.
You're very welcome indeed. And so, Arlene, I'll start with you because you've been there longest. I mean, of the three who are here. Talk to me a little bit about not just when you started with the organization, but what it means and some of the significance of the Fair Trading Commission.
Okay, so the commission came into being in January 2001, and it's basically the successor organization to the Public Utilities Board. The Public Utilities Board would have been in existence from 1955 to 2001. And the idea was, as Barbados developed, that we needed to have an agency with a broader mandate beyond just regulating the utilities. So the commission came into effect under the Fair Trading Commission Act, and it's a tripartite agency, meaning that beyond utility regulation, there is now fair competition and consumer protection. So those are the areas that we regulate, and what we offer to Barbados is that service. And as the organization grew or continues to grow or continues to evolve, you have to evolve. Because of the environment that we are in, we've been able to establish and maintain some strategic alliances that allow us then to be able to do what we are supposed to do. And those alliances are with not only regional but international regulatory bodies and agencies. So along the way, we have been able to celebrate. We're now doing 25 years, quarter of a century. We've been able to celebrate. We did have celebrations for the 10th year, and we also celebrated the 20th year, but the difference with the 20th year was that we were in the middle of COVID, so yes, those celebrations were muted. So this year we're doing 25, and we are going to be taking those activities across the rest of the year.
We're going to break down those activities in just a moment. But Brian, you know, Barbados have reposed so much trust in the Fair Trading Commission that I think sometimes if you just pause for a moment, you recognize how, even though you have your moments when people discuss the Fair Trading Commission in not necessarily positive light, they do so because they value the contribution of the Fair Trading Commission. Talk to me about that value and how it has been able to, through all of its expertise, make a difference to Barbados.
Sure, thanks very much, Pearson. And again, thanks for having us on the show today. You're quite right. I think that it is accepted that the Fair Trading Commission plays a vital role in the Barbadian society, in the fabric of what we do as a Barbadian society. And that is because we touch the very core of the things that Barbadians do every day. They are consumers. They utilize utilities. They rely on businesses that may have, in some cases, a greater power as far as the management of the economy is concerned. And we provide that opportunity for them to be of equal arms, for consumers to be of equal arms, and to ensure that businesses appreciate what consumers rely on for the benefit of the everyday experience that they have. But I think it is important as well that we've tied it in terms of our theme, because our theme is actually celebrating the legacy of 25 years, and we're acknowledging the past, we're honoring our present, and we're also forging towards the future, because we appreciate that the Fair Trading Commission of 25 years ago is not and will not be the Fair Trading Commission of the next 25 years. And we have to look towards the future How can we not only be a reactive Fair Trading Commission, but a proactive Fair Trading Commission? How can we provide that environment that develops the consumer's knowledge, allows for businesses to develop, allows for entrepreneurship to develop? I think that our usefulness within the society cannot be understated in any way.
You're absolutely right. Actually, you touched on a number of things I wanted to touch on, but you've said it also beautifully indeed. But you've been able to pull together a body of experts whose collective experience help to guide regulation of the way we do things in Barbados. But then there are changes coming down the pipe.
Yes, yes.
And because you see trends, you want to get ahead of those trends as well to begin your thinking of the process towards regulation.
That's correct.
How does it, am I correct in saying that's how it works generally?
That is exactly how it always must work. Because at the end of the day, you can't be delayed. Business can't be delayed. Time is money. And the effect of delay is a reduction in the capacity of the business to develop, and therefore the development of the consumer's opportunities as well. So we need to be able to foresee what is the potential for this country and be able to facilitate businesses so that they can take a stronghold within the society, but also so as to ensure that they're providing that level of engagement with the consumer that assures the consumer, gives the consumer confidence in their purchases, and allows the consumer at the end of the day to receive the best value for their money.
Over time, Arlene, we've found that the people who come to us, certainly at Mornin Barbados, have been very competent. That means you've been very careful in your selection of the officers who work at the Fair Trading Commission. There are people who are watching who are thinking, I've always been fascinated by being a member. I want to be a part of that organization as well. What's the opportunity to root in to the Fair Trading Commission?
Well, basically we hire according to needs. And when we have a need, we put it out there. One of the things, though, that is a little different for the commission are the skills that we require. So a lot of the time, we hire persons and you train for those skills. Recruiters will tell you, you hire for attitude and train for skills, and that's what we do in a lot of instances. And the focus over the years has been on training and development. It has to be, given the area that we're in. So that's one of the areas that there's a great focus on training and development. I would have said earlier about the strategic alliances, and those alliances help us in that area as we function day to day with, as you mentioned earlier, trends, developments, and even challenges. So you share those experiences. Yes. So once you come into the organization, then the exposure is there for you in all of those various areas.
Jade, you're 1 year in. How has that experience been for you? Knowing that you're part of a 25-year legacy now.
It's been a lot of fun. So I am the research officer in the Utilities Regulation Division. I would say that it has been challenging, but in the best way possible. Every day I go to work and there's always new opportunities for me to push myself and to learn and to be better. And I really do appreciate the opportunity that I have at the Fair Trading to better my skills in not only in research, but I'm also given the opportunity to explore different aspects that I didn't even know was possible for myself. I found it at Fair Trading Commission. It
must be so awesome to be a part of an organization that's marking a quarter of a century of outstanding contribution to the Barbadian landscape. Is it so awesome that it makes you very proud, or does it scare you?
Both. Both. I would say it's awesome because I'm pretty young at 28 years old. So I'm kind of close in age with the organization, but it is a bit scary to think that the legislation that we assist in creating and the standards that and as a service in the Utility Regulation Department that we assist in creating help shape the landscape of Barbados and how the general public interact with themselves, but also with businesses as well.
Well said. And so there are a list of activities, Arlene, that you guys have to celebrate this 25 years of contribution. What does that list look like?
Well, it's a fairly significant list. One of the main things that we're going to be having is the lecture. And well, actually, I will let Jade
Yes.
Oh, Jade
Be that
has that.
person
Okay.
to give those details.
Sure.
It's by no happenstance that we've brought Arlene and we brought Jade. We've actually populated the planning committee with the experience of persons like Arlene and then the youth and vigor of persons like Jade. So Jade is actually one of the key components of the planning committee. So we've asked Jade to share with you some of the ideas that we've put together for this anniversary.
Jade, take it away.
So I'm going to tell you a few of them because there are a number of activities that we are going to have throughout the year. So we're going to start off the year with a moment of gratitude and asking the Lord thank you the Lord for his provision and protection over the Fair Trading Commission for the past 25 years. So we're going to have a church service. We're joining the congregation at the St. Matthew's Anglican Church on Sunday, January 25th at 9:30 a.m.
Right.
Secondly, we are going to have, as Ms. Bushell stated, we're going to have an annual lecture that will happen in the month of March. So it is on the theme of sustainability, equity, and efficiency. Can we have it all? A question for the 21st century utility regulator. One of our guest speakers is Professor Andrew Downs. And this is an opportunity for policymakers, for the public, for students, for professionals to come out and to be a part of a conversation, ask questions, and to find insight on what is changing in utility regulation environment. And I will say the last one, please, I will ask the public to check out our Instagram or Facebook. And if they want to, they can also give us a call at 424-0260 to find out any information about any of our 25th anniversary activities. We're having an open day in the month of June. And this is an open day figuratively and literally, a day for the public to see who are these faces behind the Fair Trading Commission and be able to ask us any questions that are burning regarding consumer protection, fair competition, as well as utility regulation. Demystifying what fair trading actually does, and also provide us a time not only to celebrate 25 years, but give us a platform for learning the public, but also the public learning us as well.
Well done, Jade. Well thought through as well. And so I'm excited for your future, but I'm also excited to celebrate with you your 25 years of service to Barbados. And so, Brandon, give it the final word about, I know you want to thank those who've been a part of the contribution to who you've been so far.
Of course. And I think it's important to do that because this 25 years has been built on the shoulders of all of those great people who've come before us. And therefore, we are actually, during this year, going to be looking to celebrate those commissioners, those past staff members, but also we want to bring it forward to recognize the invaluable contribution and the talent within our present cohort of staff members. And as we said before, we're coming together with the public, with our past members, to see what is a path forward going to look like. And how can we ensure that this Barbados benefits from the establishment that we presently work with?
It's going to be an interesting journey.
It's going to be a fantastic
I think
journey.
you know that Barbados partners with you.
Yes.
We partner with you. The experts step forward because they have points of view, they have experience as well, and they share that openly with the Fair Trading Commission, and you're mature enough as an organization to hear it.
That's correct.
And to be able to respond to it as well. And so congratulations on your 25 years.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And thank you for joining us on Morning Barbados as well. Brian Rees, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Fair Trading Commission. With him is Arlene Bushell, who is a Human Resource Officer, and Jade King, young to the organization, but a research officer who is leading the charge as it relates to the organizing of the 25th anniversary celebrations. There are many running throughout the year. We only give you a bit to half the year. Then you need to follow their socials to see what else is coming up. But make an effort, every one of us, to be a part of every event or most of the events as they celebrate 25 this year. Thank you so much indeed. You're very welcome. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We asked you at the beginning of the show, what are you doing to prioritize your health this year? And what are some of the actions that you need to take? What are some of the considerations? Perhaps it is to go the natural way. We have a naturopath with us this morning, Dr. Dale Brathwaite. Dr. Dale, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning to you and Barbados and all our listenership.
It is so good to see you yet again.
Same here.
Thank you, my brother. We're in the flu season. And, you know, our natural response oftentimes is to reach for some tincture, for want of a better expression, or other kinds of ways of addressing some of our viral illnesses. But you have a different approach.
Yes, but not just different approach. In medicine, medical care, healthcare, it is now moving to the place of integrative medicine. So you find that, as I say to people, one has to look carefully at what you're taking in for the output that you require. If you're taking pharmaceuticals, you need to talk to your primary care physician or healthcare provider. Also, you need to talk to me so that we look at what is happening, because like I have a Panadol plant at home, and if I go and I take Panadol, it creates toxicity. So when you go to your primary care physician, you need to discuss what you're taking over the counter, under the counter, however you describe it, so that when we start to look at drilling down to cause to get to cure, we don't have an unnecessary fight going on.
You're asking me to understand what's within the actual medication that's been prescribed?
Yes, we need to look at those things, because you find that sometimes a medication, naturopathic and or pharmaceutical, has a design by God, by nature in the first instance, and then it is manipulated to do or to carry out specific functions. So you find that a lot of us are relatively guilty of mix up, and self-treating. So you find that there's an overlap. And from time to time, there may not be sufficient undergirding to help you. So we have to look at measurements. We have to look at where the individual lives, the kind of lifestyle that he or she has, kind of activities that they carry out. And then we start to make our inroads going forward. So if individuals are technically like me into athleticism, you have to measure one, your sedentary lifestyle, then you prepare to go and train, and then after you train what you're putting in. So you just can't function. You got to look then at rest, exercise, and diet.
Right.
Right. Listening to the news this morning as well, the symptomatology of the upper respiratory tract infections, we're seeing similars: headaches, fevers, diarrhea, lots of phlegm, and so forth. So this seemed to be what was once a symphony of health, which we call homeostasis, is now a cacophony of problems, because sometimes we are out of balance. Sometimes in our sleep spaces, one of the things that happen is that we're sleeping and a lot of light is coming in, when we should be sleeping in an environment of total darkness. So we should have blackout curtains. In addition, sometimes our sleep is off. As a result of that, you find that when you get up in the morning, one of the things that is happening is that you need energy, so you can put in a whole heap of sugar, challenge your pancreas. As we do that, then the whole issue of digestion and energy goes into whack.
I want to break this down for a second. Hold on. I'm going back to the sleep for a moment. I could easily fall asleep in front of a television with the glow from the TV on, and it would not. It feels as though it doesn't bother me, but it's bothering me. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. No. I think we went to the same school.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
Barbados was. One of the things with sleep is that sleep helps with what we call the glymphatic system. Neck down carries the lymphatic system. Okay. So the lymphatic system helps with, you ever heard of things like lymphoma and so forth? That helps with carrying away garbage.
Right.
When we sleep, what happens is that the proteins, amino acids and so forth, that we need to function, our cerebral cortex and so forth. Sorry, I'm putting my hand in front of my face.
That's okay.
I'm demonstrative with my hands.
Yeah, that's right.
You find that between like 10 p.m. and 2 into 5, your brain flushes. Now, when your brain don't flush, you're going to have neck down problems. In addition, neck up problems, which we have dementias and so forth, are basically linked to poor sleep. So your brain, rather than flushing, it now has like a sludge, a laziness, a cement factory there. And it takes sometimes 5 to 15 years to realize the foolishness that we have been doing by poor sleep hygiene. If your sleep is in place, it is highly probable that your health is better. Because now the ghrelin and leptin, which is the two hormones that we deal with in terms of satisfaction in food or tell you when you're hungry, those go to whack. So as a result, I'm going to go in the lane in most supermarkets to get food to give me energy. So I think. So rather than eating good fats like pears, coconut oil, first cold pressed olive oil, we're going to go to sugars. The other side to that is that we would have heard during the COVID period things like comorbidities.
Right.
Now, when we're not sleeping properly, there is the onset of your body moving from a symphony of collective playing, which we will call homeostasis, to a place now of off-tune instruments. So you find then that the challenges start to occur. There's a nasal drip. Sometimes because we're not sleeping well, our eyes are challenged, and you have what some in the ophthalmology world may say natural tears, but that's not only all. Your salt factor is challenged. So people are not putting in sometimes enough salt foods like onion, okra, celery, that kind of stuff. So if our salt is down, we're exposed to all types of infectious behaviors within the body. So what happened?
This feels like brand new.
Nah, boss.
No. I'm saying from the point of view that a lot of us are hearing this perhaps for the very first time.
Okay.
That's the brand new I'm talking about. Yeah, boss. So, continue. Please continue. Because I'm sure a lot of people are reacting in the way that I'm reacting right now.
Yeah, well, these Bajans, Caribbean people.
Yeah.
So the thing is that if our salt is off, we are exposed to infectious challenges, because in your gut and my gut, in the human gut, are pathogens floating around and stuff, are the pieces of bacteria and so forth. So we're made up of germs and this inside of us and all these things happening. Now when they get out of hand, the barriers in the gut, the gut-brain barrier and all these kind of things, the gut genome, that's
right.
How the gut and the head operate, which is the mind-body connection goes out of whack. So as a result, you find that we're not able to pull you back. So rather than treating just one problem of symptoms, we now go out treat a whole battery of them. So we run into difficulty. One of the things we need to do is to return to good eating. You can go out cheat day. But inside of that, trying to get a balance. Now, over the years, just before 2015 till now, I haven't stopped studying. You can't stop because there are always scientific things you got to look at. You find that we're putting in sometimes an overdose of good things, and our bodies, as we were saying, Barbados, get frigate. You don't need that. You need to be balanced. So you don't eat a battery of strawberries. You eat balanced food. Inside this flu season, we talk about headaches. We got to look at rosemary. We got to look at blueberries. So what you can do is to have berry smoothies, but not a slim thing. You got to do it thick, and before you swallow, as we were saying, Barbados, before you swallow the thing, swirl it wrong with salivary amylase.
Why?
For digestion. Because if you don't do that, your body goes into an alkaline state and you can't digest protein properly. So you've got to swirl it around first. Now, in Barbados, you want to sit on a table. And,
correct.
No, but you swirl it, diplomatically, how you just talking. You get me?
Yes.
And you do it, and then you swallow. Because then your gut health is no charge to help you. Because if your gut health is off, you can't break down proteins that you need for muscle activity. So these are some of the things that you got to look at. You can get the issue of drinking some or pouring it on your food. First, cold pressed olive oil. And it will burn a little cheese or bring my for you, it good, Okay. It will burn just a little bit, but it helps. The other thing is you monitor your sleep. Steaming is important because a lot of us is breathe bad. There's Lamaze breathing, box breathing, and so forth. And if you're not breathing good or properly, thanks to that, in the first instance, our lungs are like sometimes 50% full, but it needs to go down to the bottom to help us. So from the naturopathic standpoint, is to help people to do no harm to their bodies, and as all doctors we say, do no harm. We are harming ourselves before we get to a place of trying to manage the flu season.
I'm being told time to wrap.
No problem.
Quick question. Flu season, best advice. What can we do right now?
One,
garlic?
Don't compromise sleep. Bone broth soup.
Bone broth soup?
Yeah, man. Get a pressure cooker. When you go to the markets, get the bones and put them in the pressure cooker and let the bones disappear by cooking. After that, you put in your soup element with your celery, your garlic. With any treatment of garlic is 7 figs, but also when you're using garlic, you've got to use parsley. Otherwise, the pungent odor comes back out through the skin, through the mouth, and so forth. If you're making omelets, do that, and it starts to help. The allicin in the garlic is very useful. The other thing that I've treated people with is to look at pineapple and also ginger. A grated tablespoon of ginger. And then take the pineapple, put them in 1-inch slices. The thick part that we throw away, you don't throw that away. You put all of that to steep inside the water, and as it gets cool, you sip it. It helps with coughing, it helps with gut health, it helps with digestion and inflammatory conditions and so forth.
It's as simple as that.
Not, man, that's a lot of research about it.
Yeah, for you. But for me, the consumer, it's as simple as that.
As simple as that.
But it's as simple as a check you, in other words.
Yeah.
Check you and you can give some guidance here.
Yeah, we can talk again if you so desire. And then we could break it down in bite sizes that we can get, because a healthy Barbados is a Barbados in prosperity. And my goal is to get and to keep more people healthy than the amount that can come to me.
Well done. Well said. Thanks for your contribution, indeed. Dr. Dale Brathwaite, naturopath, talk to him. We can talk some more after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
11 to 8 o'clock, I told you at the beginning of the show that BIM Got Talent, and I mean talent galore indeed. And so the BIM Got Talent team is presenting our young people an opportunity again for them, a platform for them again to be able to benefit, to show to the world the talent that they have. And so joining me this morning is the creative director of BIM Got Talent. He's also the founder of BIM Got Talent Sing-Off Finale. And so Danico Watson is his name. Danico, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to Barbados also.
I mean, thank you for saying good morning to all of us. The 20th of January is a big day in Barbados.
Yes, 20th of January we have a sing-off finale at Fontainebleau Cricket Legends in St. Michael, starting at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now that is sing-off finale, that is featuring about 10 singers. And after that, after 10 p.m., we have an after show, which Mikey Mercer, Hyper Sounds, and all the famous artists and performers will be passing through. However, the performance with the 10 singers from 8 till 10 will be free. Admission is free for all the Barbadians. But after that, if you decide not to come to support the youth, and you want to attend the after show, all January borns will be paying $35. And
that's me, you know. That's me. So talk. I'm listening to you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, buddy.
All January borns will be paying $35. And after that, if you born another month, unfortunately, that'll be $45.
That's all right. That's okay. That's not your fault. That's not your fault. It's unfortunate for them. So $35 for January borns, $45 for everyone else born in a different month after 10 o'clock. Cricket Legends, this come next week, Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday, the 20th. These 10 finalists, oh, look, it's right there on your screen, folks. Look at your screen, you'll see some more details. These 10 finalists, how did you determine these are the finals,
well,
the finalists?
How this start? This start, say 2018. However, I'm an actor and also a comedian. And this start from back in school days when I was a class clown. You know, it's gain a lot of attention through comedy. And comedy is the language that all people share. Understand? I don't care if you speak French, Dutch, Spanish, is the language that all people share. So during COVID-19 time, we realized that all Barbadians was on lockdown with nothing to do. Some of them sitting in dysfunctional families, some of them were, the young people were still freaking out, and all these kind of behaviors, you know, which we would think that since you're back to your families, there'll be more togetherness, there'll be more love, you will learn things. But you know, you learn bad things about, and still good things too, so you can't say it was all disadvantageous. So we was on lockdown, and I decided, because I'm a comedian and an actor, and I had no audience, no live audience. You understand? Because I also came here with the Andy Violence campaign, if you can remember, the Andy Violence campaign. And I was starring multiple short films. Right, I'm also an actor, so I pull up my Instagram live. And I started a live. And I was on the live telling jokes about the case may be. And I invited a couple of friends to join my live. And we were telling jokes. And then suddenly we invite a person who we do not know. They came on the live and they did a performance. They answered their performance. And who are we to deny them of that opportunity, you know, to explore their talent? And from the time they did their performance, we were overwhelmed. Understand? Everybody in the chat was celebrating this youngster and his performance. Everyone in chat talking about no criticism I have seen. Or if there were criticism, there was so much compliments that it flushed out those criticisms within the chat.
And then you realize, hey, BIM got a lot of talent.
BIM has a lot of talent.
Let's get serious about this, right? So these 10 who are in the finals on the 20th, they would have gone through auditioning to get to this stage?
Yes, they would do audition on the same set live. Since it started on the live, we didn't want to run away from that.
There.
Yeah, so we invite them to the live, they perform, they got celebrated, some got boo. You understand? They just are very honest and bold. And from there, It's the finals.
Right. So into the finals, we have a combination of males and females, right?
Yes.
10 of them. Any one of them is familiar to Barbados already, or these are just brand new people that we didn't know about before?
Some of them are familiar, like Kamani Devonish. Many people know Kamani Devonish. He's Mr. Showman. And Vince Kidd. And these are all persons who actually won tournaments before.
Right, so
yeah,
we have great talent in there for sure. And then some unknown talent as well. So the point is to be there on the 20th, come and witness these 10 in battle. Literally in battle. Because they're singing off. They're singing off, and it's one for young people indeed, from 8 to 10 p.m. on the 20th of January. You don't have to worry about the 10 because the next is a public holiday, Arabaro Day. So you show up and you sit in the space. This one is absolutely free. Everyone can come fill the Cricket Legends location for this. It's on Fontebelle, and you see the faces of the finalists right there on your screen. These are the ones who will be in competition for the BIM Got Talent Sing-Off finale. And then at 10 o'clock, the doors are open to everyone else to come in and be a part of the after show, which is a big showdown of great Barbadian talent and entertainment, some of the established entertainers in the island. If you're born in January, you pay $35. If you're born in another month other than January, you pay a little bit more, which is $45 and beyond. And so we want you to come on the 20th to the Cricket Legends. These 10 are vying for what prize?
They're vying for monetary prizes, of course. First place will be $2,500, second place will be $1,500, third place will be $1,000, fourth place will be $750, and fifth place will be $500.
And that's good. I mean, they're amateurs, and here it is, and they're winning some money as well as they go. So you're recognizing their talent. You're not using them. They are getting rewarded for what they do. And I'm sure for them, that's a significant purse. They'll feel really good knowing that somebody acknowledges them. And then beyond that, because you're also working with Quanta Productions, would an opportunity be given to the winner, for instance, to be able to have a bit of production work done?
Yes, of course. Quanta Production is do with our sound system and the professionalism of everything. You understand? So they also have a recording studio. So the winner who come out victorious are probably the first three. You never know. We'll be getting a free mix and master session, whatever the case may be. Because this is where we want young artists to become artists. This is why I keep saying artists, although they are just performers. We want them to be their own creative director. You understand where I'm coming from? We want them to get into writing, getting into imagining, getting into filling out life and reality for themselves and start just journaling. You understand? Because we want to get them to own their own things.
But understanding the craft, understanding the industry, that is also going to be a part of the training that BIM Got Talent is providing over time, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I know that you're linking a lot of what you're doing with schools, to the music programs in schools as well, because it's from that incubator that come your finalists for the next series of competitions.
Yeah. So all the money that we will be gathering from here, all those proceeds will be going towards school music programs. All the proceeds.
Well done, Danico. You're on a good trend here. Well done. And I want people to really show up in numbers. So folks, January the 20th is a Tuesday, January the 20th at the Cricket Legends. The competition for the sing-off starts at 8 o'clock. It goes until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we transition into the after party where you now pay at the door. And for those of you who are born in January, you get a special. You pay just $35. And anyone that's born otherwise in another month, you pay an additional $10. It's worth the effort. It's worth the support.
Yes, sir.
Danico, to you and your team, well done. We wish you well with this.
And however, if you also want to source the tickets before the day, you can go on TicketPal link online.
TicketPal.
Purchase it. Yeah.
All right. TicketPal.
Or if you want a physical ticket, you could call Uncle Sluggy at 236-3534.
236-3534. Danico, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All the best. All right, Morning Barbados, Brits here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations. lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados.
With the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you.